Shedeur Sanders getting good news from the Cleveland Browns. They have fired the offensive coordinator, Tommy Rees. Tommy Rees has been reported that he's been hired by his former Cleveland Brown head coach, Kevin Stefanski. Kevin Stefanski is now the head coach of the Atlanta Falcons, and he's bringing Tommy Rees with him.
Like, subscribe, and hit that bell.
Wait, what just happened? The Cleveland Browns just fired Tommy Rees, and it's all about Shedeur. This is not a small move. It's a shocking hit to the team. Fans are angry and things are about to explode. Who do you think is next to get fired for hurting Shedeur? Drop your guess in the comments. Now, first things first, Shedeur has been fighting uphill with Stefanski and Tommy Rees, getting held back at every turn. These guys never believed in him from the start. Instead of helping Shedeur grow, they kept doubting him, messing with the offense like it meant nothing. Tommy Rees was a problem waiting to happen. His play calling was old, slow, and weak, and it's shocking the Browns didn't fire him earlier. Stefanski's leadership was a total mess. He let Rees make bad choices and didn't protect Shedeur like a real coach should. This firing was overdue. Finally, the Browns are cleaning house to give Shedeur a real chance to shine. Now let's talk about Atlanta, because what the Falcons just did is crazy. Hiring Tommy Rees? Seriously? You take a guy who failed badly in Cleveland and give him a new job. That's a massive mistake wrapped in disaster. It feels like they want the same chaos again. Atlanta fans should be nervous because this hire shows bad judgment and panic. Rees is trash, plain and simple. Stefanski's problem is now Atlanta's problem, and I promise it won't end well. Meanwhile, Shedeur is finally free from these clowns, and his real talent will show without Rees' nonsense ruining things. And don't get me started on Stefanski. He's the real issue behind this mess. His stubborn attitude and loyalty to bad coaches like Rees cost the Browns more than wins. It hurt Shadeur's growth and confidence. Stefanski's offense was sinking fast and he was the captain driving it straight into disaster. The Browns barely survived and Shedeur took all the punishment. But now that Rees is gone, Shedeur can finally escape this nightmare. It's time the Browns stop defending failure and start supporting the guy with talent, hunger, and a future. The Cleveland Browns better be ready. This shakeup is only the beginning and the real heat is coming for Stefanski next.
Who's going to be the play caller? I'm sure Kevin Stefanski will start off as the play caller. Tommy Rees is probably going to be just a quarterback coach, but he's going to have the title of being the offensive coordinator. I'm sure that's what's going to happen. But it's good news that he's away from Cleveland. Kevin Stefanski gone, Tommy Rees gone. I think both of them was in together to sabotage Shedeur Sanders' NFL career as a quarterback for the Cleveland Browns because they wanted their guy, Dillon Gabriel, to look better than Shedeur Sanders, to play better than Shedeur Sanders, but it just didn't work out that way. Shedeur Sanders had more talent, he was better than Dillon Gabriel, and they missed on that, and that's why Kevin got fired.
Let's get this straight. Shedeur has been the real star all along and anyone who tried to slow him down was playing a dirty game. Kevin Stefanski and Tommy Rees, they were a toxic duo clearly more focused on pushing their own guy Dillon Gabriel instead of backing Shedeur. That's sabotage. They wanted Dillon to shine so he could steal the spotlight. But guess what? Shadeur's talent is undeniable. He outplayed, outworked, and outshined everyone around him. The Browns' weak leadership tried to bury his career for selfish reasons, but it blew up badly. Shedeur is the real deal, and the firing of Stefanski and Rees proves the Browns finally got exposed for their dirty secret. This is a win for Shedeur, not just a coaching change. Now, let's roast Stefanski because he earned it. This guy had the Browns stuck in a nightmare offense that held Shedeur back at every turn. Stefanski's blind loyalty to Tommy Rees, who was nothing more than a weak link, shows how out of touch he truly was. Instead of building around Shadeur's strengths, Stefanski let Rees wreck the offense to favor Dillon Gabriel. What kind of leadership is that? It's embarrassing. And now Atlanta thinks they're getting a steal by hiring Rees. Atlanta Falcons. You're about to learn what real clown behavior looks like. Bringing in a coach who helped ruin a promising quarterback's growth is not a plan. It's a disaster waiting to happen. Buckle up, Falcons fans, because you're about to watch history repeat itself, and it won't be pretty. Here's the real question for Atlanta and Cleveland fans alike. What were they even thinking hiring Stefanski in the first place? How did this guy get a pass after hurting Shadeur's chances and dragging the Browns down? And Atlanta, what made you think bringing in Stefanski's puppet Tommy Rees would fix anything? Did anyone stop and ask, is this smart, or was it just pure desperation? These moves scream failure and bad judgment. The Browns are finally cleaning house, but the damage is done. Shedeur deserved better. And if Atlanta isn't careful, they'll be stuck in the same mess. Wake up, Falcons, before it's too late. Who else needs to fall before these teams get serious?
Just like I did. Check this out. When it comes to the coaches that Andrew Berry is interviewing, all of them got a connection to the Big 12. What Shedeur play football at? The Big 12. He played for Colorado, and Nathan Shieldhouse, he played for Baylor. The Big 12. Well, when you look at Grant Udinski, what did he coach at? 2 years ago, Iowa State. All of them in the Big 12. Matter of fact, when Greg Udinski was at Iowa State 2 years ago, he played against Shedeur in the Colorado football team. Okay, hold on. I'm finna show you the history of these coordinators who Andrew Berry is bringing in, right? When you look at his background and his career history.
Look, Shedeur isn't just some quarterback. He's a real changer. Are ready to explode. But what's obvious as day is that he doesn't need some basic cookie coach who's stuck recycling the same boring plays from the Big 12 or any other conference. Shedeur needs a coach who treats him as a star, not just another player to move around. He needs a bold, fearless offensive mind who will build the offense around him, not slow him down. The kind of coach who trusts Shedeur's instincts and lets him loose. Not someone who locks him into rigid systems that crush his natural talent. Shedeur's skills beg for innovation, not the same dull plays that made past coaches look clueless. The Browns and every other team better wake up. Shedeur deserves a coach with guts, vision, and the nerve to break the mold. Yeah, they all have Big 12 ties and some NFL experience. So what? That's the safe, boring route teams love to take when they don't want to shake the boat. But safe isn't what Shedeur needs. He needs a disruptor. Someone who isn't afraid to toss out the playbook and create chaos for defenses. The problem with these candidates is they come from a background of assistants and coordinators who play it safe or follow the crowd. Just because you have been around the NFL or Big 12 doesn't mean you know how to unlock real raw talent like Shedeur. These guys are the same kind of coaches who let Stefanski and Rees sink the Browns' offense before. Atlanta Falcons fans, listen up. Hiring the same type of coach is a disaster waiting to happen. If you think more of the same will bring change, you're dead wrong. Finally, here's a harsh truth about Shedeur. If you don't give him freedom, you'll watch his talent waste away. The Browns learned that the hard way. Shedeur is not a project to be boxed in by coaches who protect their jobs first and players second. He needs a leader who gets him, who puts his confidence first, and builds an offense that fits his strengths. Anything less is just setting him up to fail. So before the Browns rush to hire another safe coach with a dull resume, ask yourself, are you ready to take the risk and back a young star fully, or are you just looking for an excuse when things go south? Shedeur is ready to break out, but only if he gets the right coach, not the same circus of mediocrity.
In person. But another setback is going to be when Mike McDaniels dropped out. It hurt Andrew Berry from hiring anybody because you got to interview two minorities for the head coaches. That's a must before you hire anybody. So when Mike McDaniels dropped out, that means Andrew Berry had to bring somebody else in for him to move forward to be able to hire a head coach because he counted on Shieldhouse as another minority. That's why he laughed coming in. I'm just giving you the facts of what's going on and the way I see it. I'm telling you right now, Andrew Berry is modeling the Jacksonville Jaguars NFL team.
The biggest issue the Browns face right now isn't just who they hire. It's the entire circus around the hiring process. When Mike McDaniels pulled out, it completely wrecked Andrew Berry's plans and forced him to scramble just to satisfy a diversity requirement. Now, I'm not against giving opportunities to minorities, but when hiring turns into checking boxes instead of finding what the team truly needs, that's when things fall apart. Shedeur Sanders deserves better than being stuck in the middle of this chaos. He needs a coach who actually wants to win, not someone picked because they fit a checklist or agenda. The Browns need to stop the games and hire someone who will truly support Shedeur with real leadership, not another Stefanski-style coach who slows his progress. Look at Andrew Berry trying to copy the Jacksonville Jaguars model. Let's be honest, that's not a winning formula. Jacksonville has struggled using the same old ideas and coming up short. If the Browns think copying that approach will help Shedeur, they're completely wrong. Shedeur isn't just another player to plug into a system. He's a rising star who needs a fearless leader willing to build an entire offense around him. Someone who doesn't just follow outdated rules or play it safe to protect their job. The Browns need a coach who is aggressive, creative, and confident, not a watered-down version of Stefanski who nearly ruined Shedur's career. It's time to drop the safe mindset before it's too late. And here's the hard truth no one wants to say. If the Browns keep hiring based on politics, quotas, or copying losing systems, Shedeur Sanders will become another wasted talent. He deserves a coach willing to shake things up, take risks, and put the player first instead of the power structure. Fans deserve a team that actually competes, and Shedeur deserves a real shot at greatness. So Browns leadership, end the circus. End the politics and start hiring a coach who knows how to win with a young quarterback. Otherwise, you're setting Shedeur up for another frustrating season. Bottom line, Shedeur deserves better. No more politics, no more fake hires. The Browns need to make the right move now or watch their future fade away. Stay tuned. Hit like, subscribe, and tell us who you think should be the next Browns coach.